we're here live to get things started in game two. Right off the bat, there was a ground ball from the shortstop, and Schneider threw it on to first. And that'll be a good start for Bridgewater College, as they're the home team in this second game. And the next pitch can be ball high for a ball. Counts at 1-0. Next 1-0 pitch is going to be high. Count's going to be at 2-0. Bridgewater, the home team in game one. Sorry, Bridgewater, the away team in game one. They're now the home game for game two. The start time of this one was 2:28 p.m. And the next pitch is going to be lifted out to center field. The center fielder is going to be under it, and he's unable to get it, and it's going to be a one-out single. For Garrett Jackson, the first baseman. Pitching today for Bridgewater College in game two will be number 21. And Hunter Moore. The third man in the order, Kingston Carlson, will be up. Had a big game in game one as Lynchburg is up 1-0 in the series. If they win today, they close the series out. If they lose today, they'll have to come back and play here tomorrow. Eastern time, the start time was 3:31. My apologies. Next pitch is going to be a liner to the shortstop. Throws it back to first, but a bad throw will not double him off. And a great job there by Schneider, but with a better throw, and the ball goes away. And there will be a runner at second, but he's going to go all the way to third. But he's asked to head back to second. He's going to step on the bag at second, though. So a liner out to the shortstop, tried to throw back to first. Unable to do so. Montgomery, the catcher today for Bridgewater College, just as game one. Tharp's over at first. DeVito's at second. Snyder's the shortstop. Carlson's the third baseman. Out in left field will be B. Sicker. Greibel's out in center field. And Blanks is out in right field. He is a new addition into game two. They're going to walk a man. And with one out, there'll be runners at the corners. Neves has had a big season. So I can see the reason why. The winner of this series will play the winner of the other semifinal that's being played today in the ODAC championship. Decides who gets the automatic bid into the 2021 NCAA tournament. Runners at the corners, one gone. First pitch going to be in there for a ball low. Counts at 1-0. No score from game two. Got a little start to our broadcast, so my apologies. Avery Combs is up the DH. That ball is going to go behind the catcher. That run's going to come home 1-0. Lynchburg, the away team, off to a good start. Runners at second. There's another pass ball. Throws it down to third. Not in time. And a good start for Lynchburg. There'll be a runner at first, 1 out, 1-0 Lynchburg. And the next pitch, it's going to be ball 4. Back-to-back walks. 4 more, and it is 1-0 runners back at the corners with 1 out. Sorry, 2 outs in the top of the second. The shortstop and Schneider making a costly error early. Collins is up. First pitch is going to be sent high up into the air. It's going to go out to short right field. The first baseman's going to be under it for the 3rd out of the inning. Lynchburg puts the first runs up on this game in game 2, already being up 1-0 in the series. They're up 1-0 in this game. Bridgewater will be up for the first time today on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network. We're back 1-0. The Hornets of Lynchburg University leads this one. They're the away team in game 2. And the first pitch of the bottom of the first to Jarrett Beeseeker, the leadoff man playing left field today for Bridgewater College, also played there in game 1. That next pitch is going to be fisted foul down the third base side. Brandon Pond on the mound today for Lynchburg University in game 2. 0-2 is the count. And the 0-2 pitch is going to be fisted foul again, and it hits off of his shin. Beeseeker's going to need some time. Pond on the air has pitched 12 times. Has pitched a total of 75 innings. He's 7-3, has an ERA of 2.40. A fantastic pitching performance in game 1 by Zach Potts, pitching 9 innings shutout. Beeseeker's on the ground. They're going to have to call time. As the ball bounced off of his shin. Going around the infield for Lynchburg, Martin is behind home plate. Jackson's at first. Alavanos is at second base. Long is the shortstop. Collins is the third baseman. Neves is the left fielder. Carlson out in center field, and around to the defensive 9. Lane is out in right field. The batter in Beeseeker is going to get back up to the plate. And we're going to resume play. Counts at 1-2. Nobody gone in the bottom of the first. Count is at 1-2. As I mentioned, nobody gone in the bottom of the first. 1-0. Lynchburg leads this one. 1-2 is the count. And the 1-2 pitch is in. That's going to be fisted back to the pitcher, and he's able to catch it for the first out of the inning. Really establishing that inside part of the plate was Pond in that at bat. He's able to get the leadoff man to hit a ball right back to him.
First baseman, number 23, Brett Tharp.
As Brett Tharp will be up. Tharp had a quality game one. That next first pitch is going to be bunted and it will be fouled. Counts it 0-1. Only 4 hits in game one for Bridgewater. 3 hits. Yes, 3 hits. As they were shut out 14-0. 1-1 pitch. That ball is going to be sent high up into the air out in short right field. The second baseman, first baseman, and right fielder converge on it, and the right fielder in lane is going to grab it for the second out of the inning.
Shortstop.
Jeffrey Schneider will be up. He's the shortstop today. Also was the shortstop in game one, as he was taken out later in the game for Lauer. That next pitch is going to be lined out into left center field, and they're going to crash on it and be able to grab it. As that will be a 1-out single. The 4th hit on the day, 3 in game one, now 1 to get things started. As they went 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first, because they were the away team in game one. Kevin DeViro throws back to first. Got him. What a great job by Pond. At the end of 1, Lynchburg leads this 1-1-0. To the top of the second we go in the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
1 hit, no hard errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 1 full inning of play, Lynchburg leads 1-0. Leading off the top of the second for the Hornets, second baseman, number 18, PJ Alvanos.
Welcome back on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network. We're in the top of the second. Bright skies. First pitch is going to be sent to the first baseman. He has it. He's going to step it on to first for the first out of the top of the second. PJ Alvanos,
The catcher, number 7.
the second baseman today, grounds out to the first baseman to get things started in the top of the second. Chris Martin will be up. He did not play in game one as the catcher in game one for Lynchburg. Was Fedler, who had a big offensive day. First pitch is going to be called a strike. Fedler caught today would have been a total of 18 innings and potentially more if we go to extra innings in game two. Lynchburg, though, currently leading 1-0. 0-1 pitch is going to be a liner out towards the center fielder. It appears he has it for the second out of the inning. Blanks actually came on the right fielder, be able to grab that one. 2 quick outs
Number 4,
in the top of the second. Ryan Long is going to be up. 6 men came up to bat in the top of the second for Lynchburg. And the first pitch of this at-bat is going to be in for a strike. Ryan Long also batted last in the order in game 1. And the next pitch, that's going to be outside. Count's going to be at 1-1. 2 quickly gone on the top of the second. The Hornets of Lynchburg up 1-0, and they lead the series 1-0. With a win today, they close out the series. That next pitch is going to be called a strike. Count's going to be at 1-2. I mentioned in game 1 a southern style of baseball where the home plate to first and third are grass. 1-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. He takes it off a 1 hop, throws it on to first for the third out of the inning. 1-2-3, the Hornets go. Going to the bottom of the second. Lynchburg up 1-0 on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
No runs, no hits, no.
Welcome back to get things started in the bottom of the second inning. Kevin Navarro will be up. He's the second baseman. The last time we were in the bottom half of this game, Pawn threw a runner out at first who was taking a lead. Stepped off, threw back to first, and got him by a mile. It was a great tag by Jackson. Vito played in the first game. 0-1 pitch is going to be, it appears to be a ball. I'm not sure that we'll have to check the stats of this game. It's going to be a 1-1 count. Nobody out in the bottom of the second, and the 1-1 pitch from Pond is going to be outside ball 2. The first game began at 12 o'clock. As Lynchburg won that one 14-0. 2-1 pitch is going to be a fly ball out into left field. It's going to go tracking, and it's going to be off the wall, and it's going to be a lead-off double. Sliding in, not in time. And a one-out double sets up Bridgewater College to try to get their first runs of the afternoon. As in the first game, they were shut out and only had 3 hits. So far, they already have 2 hits in this one. As now Brandon Hartman will be up. He's the DH. Hartman had 1 of the 3 hits on the day for Bridgewater. First and third playing in, shortstop and second playing back. And the first pitch of this at-bat's going to be a check swing, but the home plate umpire is going to say he swung. A leadoff double by Navito has Bridgewater in business, trying to tie this one. And the next pitch is going to be called a strike. And the next pitch is going to be in. Ball's going to be outside. Count's going to be a 1-2. Counts at 1-2. Calls time. The first baseman and third baseman were playing in the first couple of pitches. Now they back up. Shortstop and second baseman playing at double play depth. Counts at 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. That is not going to be called strike three. Count's going to be even 2-2. Close pitch. The catcher and Martin trying to frame that one into the zone. One plate umpire, though, didn't buy for it. Counts at 2-2. And the pitch. That ball is going to be sent high up in the air down the first base side, and it's not going to be caught as it's going to go foul. Count is at 2-2 evenly. Runner is at second, taking a small lead. 2-2 count. And the 2-2 pitch is going to be a fister down the third base line. Is it going to be fair? It is. And there'll be runners at the corners quickly with nobody out in the bottom of the second.
Third baseman, number 25, Kyle Carlson.
As three players converged on one baseball, and all three of them were unable to get it, and there'll be runners at the corners with nobody out in the bottom of the second. Kyle Carlson will be up. Runners at the corners, nobody out. And the first pitch, inside call, strike. Pond in some trouble in the second inning, as Bridgewater College is the home team in this game too. Player calls time. And the pitch. It's going to be a liner right out to the second baseman. Throws it to first, not in time. As there'll be one out. With a double play they can get out of this, Lynchburg with a 1-0 lead still intact.
Center fielder, number 19, Jacob Graybill.
As now is going to be up is Jacob Gable. Runners at the corners, one out. And the first pitch, he puts a bunt up in the air, and the first baseman is able to catch it for the second out of the inning. Bridgewater, two costly mistakes have now put them in a situation where they have to score a run if they want to tie a game via a base hit or an error of any kind. That runner at first taking a small lead, he's going to step back on the bag and retake his lead. Same thing with the third baseman. Isaiah Banks is up. That pitch is going to be outside. Gable popped out to the first baseman trying to put a bunt down. And the pitch, that's going to be a check swing, but it's going to be called a strike as he went around. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Count is at 1-1 even. There were runners at the corners with nobody out and 2 quick outs. 1-1 pitch is in. That's going to be swing and a miss. Strike 2. Count is at 1-2. 2 outs, runners at the corners. This is a big opportunity early in this game for Bridgewater to put up their first runs of the afternoon. 1-2 pitch. Check swing, strike 3 called, and Lynchburg gets out of it after having runners at the corners. They're still up 1-0. To the top of the third we go on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
For the Eagles on the bottom of the second. No runs, 2 hits, no Hornet errors, and 2 runners left on base. Right fielder, number 34, Cameron Lane.
Welcome back from the campus of Lynchburg University. My name is Robert Marcello. I guided you through game 1. I'm going to guide you through game 2. And we're going to play a total of 18 innings today, or potentially longer. Who knows if this game 2 goes into extra innings. Leading things off is back at the top of the order with Cameron Lane. First time he was up, he grounded out towards the shortstop and Schneider. And the next pitch is going to be inside, ball 1. Count's going to be even at 1-1. 1-1 is the count. Nobody gone on the top of the third. That's going to be a swing and a miss by Lane. It was too late by the time he wanted a check swing, so he just went right through his swing. Count's going to be at 1-2. Moore's only allowed 1 run. So far, so good for him. 1-2 pitch is going to be a ball that bounces back to the backstop. This game started at 2:28 p.m. Central Time, but Eastern Time it started at 3:28. 1-2 pitch, that's going to be fouled off. Count still at 1-2. Nobody gone in the top of the third inning. Infield playing at regular depth. The winner of this series will play the winner of the other series, the other semifinal that's happening this weekend. Lynchburg already up in the series 1-0 as they beat Bridgewater College 14-0 in game 1 earlier this afternoon. 2-2 pitch is going to be outside. Now it's going to be a full count of 3-2. Bridgewater allowed 2 runs in the first inning, and then after that, it was all Hornets as they continued to score runs. Bridgewater only had 3 hits on the day. Next pitch is going to be sent out into right center field. It's going to carry, and the right fielder is going to be able to grab it. Sorry, the center fielder and Geibel is able to grab it for the first out. Of the top of the third. 0 for 2 on the day will now be Lane. Garrett Jackson's going to be up. Last time he was up in the bottom of the first, he had a base hit as he came around to score. 1-0 is the count as that last pitch was outside. And the 1-0 pitch is going to be sent foul. Count's going to back be even at 1-1. If Lynchburg can win this one today in Game 2, the series will be over. If they do lose today, though, they will force a Game 3 back here tomorrow. A pitch is going to be checked towards the first base umpire. It says he swung. Count's going to be at 1-2. One gone in the top of the third. Lynchburg leads this one 1-0. And the 1-2 pitch. That ball is going to be outside. Good stop by Montgomery. As the count is even at 2-2. 2-2 the count. And the 2-2 pitch is in. That ball is going to be sent out into right center field. The center fielder is going to be under it in Geibel for the second out of the inning. As Kingston Carlson will be up. He's 0 for 1 in the day. Last time he was up, he hit a little blooper towards the shortstop. Then he threw it on to first, and the ball went away, and that's how really Lynchburg got into the position to be able to score that first run of the game. Lynchburg, the home team in Game 1, they're at their home field, but they're going to be the road team for Game 2. Throws back to first. The first baseman drops the ball, but it doesn't go very far. Tharp in Game 1. Played in right field. And the next pitch is going to be sent foul. As that runner from first was heading towards second, he has to come back, though. Game 2 started just before 3:30. Our next pitch is going to be a swing and a miss. By Carlson. Carlson lined out to the shortstop, as I mentioned. That caused really the one run that we've had today score. Because we're already in the top of the third. Count is at 0-2, 1 out. And the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be called a ball. One, two is the count, 1 out in the top of the third. And the 1-2 pitch. It's going to be hit foul. Multiple times in this at-bat, that runner at first has had to come back to first after thinking it was going to stay fair. The runner at first taking a small lead. 1-2 is the count. 1 gone on the top of the third. 1-0. Lynchburg leads this one. Counts at 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be sent out to the first baseman. Throws it to second. And it's going to go away. Is it going to be an out? It's not going to be an out because it hit the batter. And there'll be runners at first and second with 1 out as the ball hit the runner as he was trying to get the force out at second. So that will likely be rewarded an error.
Number 30, Avery Neves.
As now will be Avery Neves. Lynchburg trying to add on to their 1-0 lead. And the first pitch of this at-bat is going to be It's going to be an inside low pitch called a strike. Counts at 0-1. This is the second round of the ODAC Conference Tournament. Counted 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch is going to be a swing and a miss. Counts at 0-2. The winner of this game will play the winner of the other semifinals in next week's ODCA Championship. Runners at first and second. 0-2 is the count, but first is going to step off. Runners at first and second. Counts at 0-1. And the 0-2 pitch is in. Outside. Count's going to be at 1-2. Runners at first and second, 1 out in the top of the third inning. And the 1-2 count. And the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball, and it's going to get through the shortstop. That runner's going to come around home. There's going to be no play at the plate, and it is 2-0 Lynchburg.
The designated hitter, number 33, Avery Combs.
And now will be up is Avery Combs. First pitch of this at bat's going to be in for a strike. Last time Combs was up, he walked. 0-1 is the count. Looking back at the runner at second, the pitcher steps off, and it's going to be a balk. The runners from first and second now are going to be at second and third with 1 out. Moore in some trouble. Has already been down 2-0 and 1-0 in the series. Really can't afford much wiggle room with the way the offense has been, as they blew that opportunity in the bottom of the second inning. And in the first game, they only had 3 hits. A 1 pitch is going to be a ball low. Offensively, though, Bridgewater has played much better in this game, already 3 hits. Just weren't able to get that run across in the bottom of the second. Count is at 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. That ball is going to be sent the other way, and it's going to be fouled. As Combs bats from the left side of the plate. Count is at 1-2, runners at second and third. And the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be ball high. Count is even at 2-2. A runner at third. Taking a big lead. 2-2 pitch. That's going to be a chopper to the first baseman. All he's going to do is tag the first base bag. And it is now 3-0 Lynchburg. As that runner from second headed to third easily. As now Gavin Collins will be up.
Third baseman, number 15, Gavin Collins.
That first pitch is going to be sent up high into the air down the first base side. It's going to be foul. Because it looked like it had a chance to stay fair. But it will not, as everyone will have to go back to their respective bases and back to the batter's box. 3-0 is the score. Runners at just third. There's a runner before the runner that is currently at third. He was able to run home on a ground ball to the first baseman. The next pitch is going to be outside, ball 1. Good stop by Montgomery. 3-0, the Lynchburg Hornets lead. 31-11 on the season. Count's going to be a 1-1. And the pitch, that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. He has it. Throws it on the first for the third out of the inning. Lynchburg is now up 3-0, heading to the bottom of the third on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network. Welcome back to get things started in the bottom of the third inning. If Bridgewater College is the home team in game 1, that first pitch is going to be ground ball to the shortstop. He has it, and Long throws it on to first for the first out of the bottom of the third. That was a great play by Long. His Turner Montgomery will be out. Coming back to the top of the order with Garrett Jackson. Secret, the last time he was up, he took a foul ball right off the shin. But he's all right, though. He's going to continue to play. Want to know is the count 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. 3-0. Lynchburg leads this one as they added 2 in the second inning. That's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Long's able to grab it. Throws it on to first in time for the second out of the inning. Great stretch by Jackson. And the pitcher in Pond almost got that one, but it went over his outstretched glove. So back-to-back, great plays by the shortstop. Have 2 quick outs in the bottom of the third inning. As Brett Tharp will be up. Last time he was up, he flew out to the right fielder. That first pitch is going to be a swing and a miss, called a strike. After Tharp, Jeffrey Snyder will be up. He got a base hit, but then on the base paths, he got tagged out at first. As the pitcher in Pond noticed that he was taking too big of a lead, Snyder definitely was thinking about stealing, as he didn't have a lot of base running discipline. He'll be the next man up in this order. If Tharp is able to get on, count's going to be at 2-1. And the pitch, that's going to be fouled off. Count's going to be even at 2-2. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Lynchburg is up 3-0. 2-2 count. And the pitch. That's going to be a line drive up the middle. And that will be the 4th hit of the game. All of their hits have been singles. And Jeffrey Snyder will be able to get up as he's the shortstop today and in game 1 for Bridgewater College. Though trailing the series 0-1 as they're in danger of their season ending if they lose this game. Throws back to first before the first pitch of this at bat into Snyder. He's going to be safe. Bridgewater has to be very wary on the base passes. One has been already thrown out. First pitch into Snyder will be a check swing. It's going to be called a strike anyways, though, as he went around just a little bit too far. Counts at 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch, but first going to throw back to first, not in time. Throws back to the pitcher. Count is at 0-1. Now 1-1 is that last pitch was a ball. 1-1, 2 outs, 3-0. Lynchburg leads. 1-1 is the count. And the pitch inside is going to be called a ball. The Bridgewater College Eagles have not gotten much going offensively today. They were shut out in game 1 and had a valiant opportunity in the bottom of the second, but were unable to converge on it. Count's going to be at 2-1. But first throws back to first, almost in time, unable to grab him, though. Counts at 2-1, 2 gone in the bottom of the third. Pond trying to get out of this one. And the 2-1 pitch. That runner thought about going at first. Unable to time up the leg kick, though, by Pond. So he'll rush back to first. Count is at 3-1, 2 gone. Three-one is the count. And the 3-1 pitch is in. That runner's going to go, but decides not to. And it's going to be a ball, as it's going to be a walk. And after getting 2 quick outs in this bottom of the third inning, there'll be 2 runners on. Lynchburg up 3-0. Trying to keep it at that. Bridgewater has to score some runs here. Already trailing by 3 and down 0-1 in the series. That first pitch into Kevin Navito is going to be called. I believe a strike, but we'll check. Time's going to be called. As the pitcher and catcher are going to talk about their mix-up of signs. Runners still at first and second. 2 gone in the bottom of the third. In this ODAC Conference Tournament Playoff matchup, Game 2. Lynchburg already has a 1-0 advantage as they stomped the Eagles of Bridgewater College 14-0. Bridgewater, though, knocking at the door, trying to put a score up on the scoreboard. 1-0 is the count to Navito. That ball's going to be outside, ball 2 in park. Honda's starting to lose his edge in this one, and aren't even in the third at the end of the third inning. Count is at 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch is going to be a check swing going down to the umpire. Throws down to third. Not in time, and that's very interesting. That runner in second took off, catching Lynchburg napping. There's runners at the corners. You rarely see that done. As the third baseman in Collins wasn't even anywhere near the bag. Counts at 3-0. Let's see if he has the red light, green light here. He does not, but it's going to be called a strike. Lynchburg leads the series 1-0 with a win. In this game, the series is wrapped up and they'll go to the championship. But Bridgewater, though, can salvage a game 3 tomorrow with a win today. 3-1 is the count. And the pitch, and it's going to be ball 4. The bases are going to be loaded. Back-to-back walks for Brandon Pond. And now Brandon Hartman will be up. Bases loaded. If he can have a bases clearing double, this game would be tied at 3. The Bridgewater right here needs some runs, so anything will do. Time's going to quickly be called as the third base coach wants to talk to Hart. Hartman's the DH. Big offensive numbers on the season. As he's in the middle part of this order, the fifth man to bat. And then after him, if he's able to get on, will be Kyle Carlson. Bases loaded, 2 outs. This is a big spot in game 2. Bottom of the third. First pitch. That's going to be in for a strike. Counts it at 1-1. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Lynchburg up 3-0. This is the biggest opportunity so far today for Bridgewater College. And the 0-1 pitch. Just outside for a ball. The catcher tried to frame it back in the zone. Count is at 1-1 even. 2 outs. Bases are juiced. 1-1 count. And the 1-1 pitch. That ball is going to be sent up in the air. Out into short right field. And it's going to be sent foul. If that stayed in fair territory, that had a chance to get down, and a couple of runners would have scored because all of them would have been going. Luckily for Lynchburg, the ball went foul. 1-2 is the count. 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Lynchburg up 3-0. Count is at 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Ball's going to be in the dirt. Good stop by Martin. Chris Martin, the catcher, he flew out to right field when he was up. He'll be up in the middle part of this game. But getting back to the action. Hartman up at the plate. Bases loaded. 2-2 is the count. And the 2-2 pitch. That ball is going to be sent out into the right center field gap. And it's going to get down. 1 run comes home. Another one behind him. Potentially the game could be tied. And yes, it is. A bases clearing double puts Bridgewater tied with Lynchburg at 3. A 2-2 count sends a ball into the right center field gap to tie this one at 3. And Kyle Carson will be up. He's the third baseman. Pond got himself in trouble in the third after getting 2 quick outs. First pitch going to be inside for a ball. And a big mistake. Brandon Pond was moving merrily along. In this one, time's going to be called. And it appears the pitching coach for Lynchburg is going to want to talk to his pitcher. Things are tied at 3-3. After a quick 2 first outs with Tanner Montgomery grounding to the shortstop and Biesiger doing the same thing. Brett Tharp started it off with a single and then 2 walks. And now Hartman with a bases clearing double puts this game deadlocked at 3. And with Bridgewater being down already 0-1 in the series, that was a major hit that potentially could salvage their season if they're able to win this one in game 2. And this is probably going to be a bat that you look back and say, yep, that was the hit that got things started. Let's see here if Lynchburg can get out of this with the game still tied at 3-3, with Pond currently struggling. His ERA before this one was at a 2.40. He's already eclipsed that, now letting up 3 runs. 1-0 is the count to Carlson. That pitch is also going to be a ball, count at 2-0. Count is at 2-0. Runner is at second, taking a very small lead. And the 2-0 pitch, that's going to be called a strike. And the count is at 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch, that ball is going to be sent high up in the air. It's going to go foul. Count is going to be even at 2-2. Two is the count, 2 gone in the bottom of the third. And the 2-2 pitch is in. That ball is going to be sent foul. A long bottom of the third inning as this game deadlocked at 3. Count is at 2-2. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. 2-2 count. And the pitch. It's going to be a chopper. It's going to stay fair. The pitcher has it. Throws it on to first, but it's going to go wide. That run's going to come home, and it's going to be 4-3. Bridgewater opening it up in here in the third inning, 4 runs. And the Eagles are going to be up 4-3. And a bad throw by Pond. And now Jacob Geibel, the center fielder, will be up. The 7th man in the order is going to be up. The 8th man, my apologies. And the pitch, that ball is going to be sent out into the gap. And it's going to get down. It's going to roll towards the wall. Another run's going to come home. The Bridgewater College Eagles, after scoring no runs in the first game, have now scored 5 in 1 inning and are now up 5-3 with a triple. Isaiah Blanks will be up. The first time he was up, he struck out. The only strikeout of the game so far for Pond. Two outs in the bottom of the third. First pitch, that's going to be in for a strike. And the next pitch, that's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. He has it. Throws it on to first on a hop for the third out of the inning. But not until Bridgewater puts up 5 runs in the bottom of the third inning. After 3, Bridgewater leads this one 5-3. To the top of the fourth we go on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
At the end of 3 full innings of play, Bridgewater leads 5-3.
Welcome back. We're here in the top of the fourth. If you're just joining us, Lynchburg was up 3-0 in the bottom of the third. Bridgewater scored 5 runs in the bottom of the third. They are up 5-3. The first pitch of the top of the fourth into PJ Alvanos will be inside for a ball. Last time he was up, he hit a ground ball to the first baseman. The next pitch is going to be called a ball as well. Count is at 2-0. The 2-0 pitch is going to be called a ball. The count's going to be at 3-0. And the next pitch is going to be a ground ball right to the pitcher. He's going to fall off. He's going to throw on to first. For the first out of the inning, my apologies, it was only a 2-0 count. So it would have been foolish to think he had the green light on 3-0. Those will be 1 out in the top of the fourth inning. Chris Martin is up. The last time he was up, he flew out to center field. And the first pitch, that's going to be a ball in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher, and Montgomery. Doesn't matter, though, because nobody is on base. 1-0 is the count. And the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Counts back at even 1-1. After getting blown out in Game 1, Bridgewater came out in the bottom of the third and put up an offensive clinic, putting up 5 runs and now the lead 5-3, when it looked like Lynchburg was going to run away with this one in Game 2, because they're already up 3-0 early in the game. Counts at 1-0 in the pitch inside. Counts even, sorry, not even anymore. It's going to be a 2-1. Pond really struggled after getting 2 quick outs in the bottom of the third. Now Moore's going to have all the confidence, biting up 3 runs already, but now his team gave him plenty of support. Counts even at 2-2. That ball's going to be fouled off. The series is at 1-0 advantage Lynchburg. Bridgewater can tie the series at 1-1 with a win today. That'd force a Game 3 tomorrow afternoon back here at Lynchburg. Count's going to be at 2-2. And the pitch, that's going to be a ground ball foul. Count is at 2-2. And the pitch. That's going to be outside. Ball 3. Count's going to be full. 3-2. We're almost at the 5 o'clock mark, East Coast time. We're at 4:35. 3-2-2 pitch. That's going to be a chopper to the first baseman off of one hop. He's going to have to run steps onto first himself for the second out of the inning. If you're scoring this one, that's going to be a 3 unassisted, as he didn't need the pitcher's help. And now Ryan Long, the 9th man in the order.
Shortstop, number 4, Ryan Long.
A shocked crowd here in Lynchburg as they had this one off to a great start, and things opened up for the worse in the bottom of the 3rd inning. First pitch can be outside, call the ball. Bridgewater will be back up in the bottom of the 4th, at the top of their order. Next pitch almost hits the batsman Long as they batted around in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Count's going to be at 2-0-2, quickly gone at the top of the 4th. Next pitch is going to be ball 3. Count's going to be at 3-0. Three and 0 is the count. And the 3-0 pitch. That's going to be called a strike. Two outs in the top of the 4th, 5-3 Bridgewater. 3-1 count. And the pitch, that's going to be sent up in the air out into center field. That guy's going to be under it for the 3rd out of the inning. Great play by Grable. 1-2-3. The Hornets go. They're down 5-3. Going to the bottom of the 4th, Bridgewater will be up on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network. Welcome back. We're going to get things started in the bottom of the 4th inning. Tanner Montgomery will be up. That first pitch is going to be sent foul. There's 8 men batted in the 3rd inning. Not 9, my apologies. As this will be Montgomery's first at bat. Or no, my apologies. He did bat to get things started in the 3rd inning. So that was 9 men, yes. That next pitch is going to be outside, ball 1. Scores 5-3 Bridgewater College. They got quickly down 3-0 in this one, already being down 0-1 and a chance to get eliminated altogether. After this one, that next pitch is going to be sent out towards right field. The second baseman, though, is going to step on the outfield grass. He's going to be able to grab it as the right fielder in lane. Possibly didn't have a chance to grab it, but good job by Alvanos to be able to grab it for the first out of the bottom of the fourth. Top of the order with Garrett Jackson will be up first pitch. Outside ball one. Count's going to be at 1-0, and the pitch, it's going to be fouled off. Counts at 2-0. Bridgewater up 5-3. As they're trying to tie this series and force a game tomorrow afternoon. Counts at 1-1, outside ball two. Count's going to be at 2-1. 2-1's the count. And the pitch, it's going to be sent down the third base side, and it's going to be fair. It's going to roll. It's going to hit off the tarp. And the left fielder in Neves is going to quickly throw it back in, and it's going to be a one-out double.
First baseman, number 23, Brett Tharp.
And after absolutely really no offense in game one, Bridgewater has came alive in game two. This will be a one-out double. First pitch. Outside low is going to be called the ball. Tharp is on the day 1 for 2. As he had a single in the third inning and then flew out in the first. And the next pitch is going to be a ball low. That ball is going to get past the catcher, and that runner from second is going to be at third. Runner's going to be at third, one out in the bottom of the fourth. And the pitch fouls it off. 2-1 is the count. Bridgewater trying to widen their lead, already up by 2. And knocking at the door again as there's a runner at third. Infield's playing in. Counts at 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. That ball is going to be sent, and it gets past the third baseman. That run's going to come home. It is now 6-3.
Shortstop, number 7, Jeffrey Snyder.
And 6 unearned runs, or unanswered runs, my apologies, by the Eagles of Bridgewater College have them up by 3. In the middle part of this game, in the bottom of the fourth. Let's see if Lynchburg can get out of this with only being down by 3. Is their offense. Has been nowhere to be found the past couple of innings. Runners at first, 1 gone in the bottom of the fourth. Before starting this at bat against Snyder, throws back to first, not in time. The runner at first taking a small lead. Pond has let up 6 runs. We'll have the final line for you once his appearance is over. The winner of this series will play the winner of the other semifinal matchup. You can find that other matchup on ODAC.com. The first pitch of this at-bat will be a check swing, but he went around too far as that ball was in the dirt. This is the ODAC Conference Tournament, round 2. Now it's going to be an 0-1. Throws back to first, not in time. Pond has been keeping runners on base all day today as he's thrown over. Already 2 or 3 times against this guy. That next pitch can be ball in the dirt. Good stop by Martin. That runner at first and Tharp really getting in the head of Pond, as he did the same in the bottom of the 3rd inning when they opened the scoring up. This Bridgewater is up 6-3. That next pitch is going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. He can step on the bag as that runner took off from the pitch. It'll be 2 outs, but now a runner will be at second.
Second baseman, number 15, Kevin DeVito.
Kevin DeVito will be up. He's 1 for 1 in the day. The last time he was up, he walked. Prior to that, in the bottom of the 2nd, he got a base hit. Runners at second, 2 gone in the bottom of the 4th, and the first pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. One of those to count, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the 1-0 pitch inside, and it's going to hit him. As there'll be 2 runners on with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Bridgewater up by 3. Brandon Hartman will be up. He's 2 for 2 on the day, as he has that bases clearing double. That scored all 3 runs to tie this one. And then Jacob Geibel had the triple. That scored those 2 runs to put them up 5-3, now 6-3. 0-2 is the count quickly on Hartman. Runners are at first and second. 0-2 is the count. And the pitch, strike 3. Got him looking on that off-speed, outside part of the plate pitch. Bridgewater adds a run. They're up 6-3 after 4. To the top of the 5th we go on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network. Welcome back on the campus of Lynchburg University. I'm Robert Marcello. This broadcast is being remotely done, but the game is in Lynchburg, Virginia, and we're going to get things started in the top of the 5th. The Hornets find themselves down by 3 after they were up by 3. Early in this one, the top of the order, and Cameron Lane will be up to get things started in the top of the 5th inning. This first pitch is going to be hit on the leg, and Lane throws his stuff angrily back to the dugout. I think this team is ready to get things going offensively again, because they're already up 1-0 in the series, and they want to end the series now. Garrett Jackson is going to be up. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Last time he was up in the top of the 3rd, he had a base hit. And then in the 1st inning, he had a base hit as well as he came around to score. He also came around to score in the 3rd inning as well. Runners at first with nobody out. And the pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. Moore still on the mound. This will be his 4th inning. Well, this will now be his 5th inning pitch if he's able to get out of this one. As he weathered the storm, for sure, after letting up 3 runs. Last inning, he got them 1, 2, 3. After those runs came home, though, those last couple outs for Lynchburg. And then they went 1, 2, 3. As that'll be on the streak that he retired the last 5. As he got the last 2 outs in the top of the 3rd, and then the last 3 outs in the top of the 4th. 0-2 count to Jackson. And the 0-2 pitch is going to be called strike 3. Painting it on the outside low part of the plate was Moore. And that will be his first strikeout of the day. There's now Kingston Carlson will be up. Carlson on the day is 0 for 1 as he lined out to the shortstop and then got on via an error by the second baseman. That runner at first in Lane, who got hit by a pitch, that first pitch is going to be sent out. And that's going to be caught for the second out of the inning. Good play by Biesinger to be able to grab that one. As it was a line drive and it was swooping down, he caught it near his shoe tops. And there'll be 2 outs in the top of the 5th. As now Avery Neves will be up. He's 1 for 1 on the day. In the top of the 1st, he walked, and then in the top of the 3rd, he got on via a base hit. Two outs, runner at first, 6-3. Litchfield is down. That first pitch is going to be sent foul over the Bridgewater College dugout. Runner at first taking a very small lead. And the pitch, that's going to be low, call the ball. Lynchburg already up 1-0 in the series, trying to end it today. But Bridgewater brought their bats in game 2, because they've had 6 unanswered scores. And the next pitch, that's going to be a check swing called a strike, went around too far. The wind is blowing out in center field. You can see the trees somewhat move. There's a beautiful mid-70s day in beautiful Lynchburg, Virginia, on the campus of Lynchburg University. Counters at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch, that's going to be strike 3 called. The second strikeout of the inning, 1 man left. To the bottom of the 5th we go. The score is 6-3 Bridgewater College on Lynchburg's Hornets Athletics Network. Welcome back in the bottom of the 5th inning, 6-3. Bridgewater College leads this one. Kyle Carlson will be up. That first pitch into Carlson is going to be called a strike. Nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. And the next pitch. Low is going to be called a ball. We're in the middle part of this game, officially at the halfway point. 4.5 innings, 4.5 innings makes 9. Potentially could go longer if Lynchburg fights themselves back. As they were up by 3 early, now down by 3 in a blink of an eye. As Bridgewater has scored 6 unanswered runs. Next pitch to Carlson is going to be sent foul. Brandon Pond still out on the mound. 4 of the 6 runs he's let up today are earned. The other 2 are unearned. And the next pitch is going to be sent out into right field. The right fielder is going to be under it for the first out of the inning. Good play by the right fielder in lane.
Center fielder, number 19, Jacob Graybill.
As now will be Jacob Geibel, who had that triple that put Bridgewater in the lead. It'll be 2 quick outs in the inning. Just like that. Pond really slowing things down after letting up a couple of really back-to-back 2 bad innings.
Right fielder, number 2, Isaiah Blanks.
Is now is going to be up is Isaiah Blanks. This guy will try to put a bunt down the third base side. As if you're scoring this game, that will be a 5-3 put out. Blank swung at that one on a check swing. And the next pitch, that's going to be low for a ball. Two quick outs in the bottom of the 5th. That next pitch is going to be sent out into center field, and it's going to get down. But it's actually going to be caught. What a play by the center fielder in Carlson for the 3rd out of the inning. 1, 2, 3. Bridgewater goes at the end of 5. They lead 6-3. To the top of the 6th we go on Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network. We're back to get things started in the top of the 6th inning. Avery Combs to lead things off. Batting from the left side of the plate. First baseman playing way back in the infield dirt. That pitch is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. It's going to hurry up on to first in time. Tharp had to quickly get over there as he was playing on the edge of the infield dirt, heading out towards the outfield. The third baseman was shaded over towards the shortstop as the DH Avery Combs is sat down for the second time today. For the first out of the top of the 6th, Gavin Collins will be up. First pitch into Collins is going to be called a ball. Counts at 1-0 to Collins. And the pitch, that's going to be called a strike. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Popped out to the first baseman, then hit a ground ball to the second baseman in DeVito, who just made that nice play over at second just now. That next pitch is going to be fouled off into the grassy area where the fans are currently sitting. One out in the top of the 6th inning. 6-3, Bridgewater leads this one. And the pitch almost hits Collins, but he's going to be all right. He steps out of the batter's box. He'll have to recompose himself, and he'll step back in. Bridgewater had 5 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, and then in the 4th inning, they were able to add. That next pitch is going to be sent high up into the air into center field. Crable's going to be able to grab it for the second out of the top of the 6th. PJ Alvanos will be up. He's 0 for 2. Lynchburg had all the offensive power in game 1, scoring 14 runs, but so far in this one, after being up 3-0, their offense has been stymied for the past 2 innings. As they went 1-2-3 in the top of the 4th and had a hit by pitch. In the 5th inning, the last time they had a hit was in the top of the 3rd inning. As Moore really settled down. As after he got the lead in the 3rd inning, it's been smooth sailing for him since. That pitch is going to be a check swing, but he went around way too far. More 5 2/3 innings. If he can get this out, it will be 6 innings. And the pitch outside. Two outs, nobody on. Lynchburg down 6-3. And the pitch outside, ball 4. It'll be a 2-out walk. Let's see if that can get something going for the Hornets, as now Chris Martin will be up. He's 0 for 2 on the day.
The catcher, number 7, Chris Martin.
Chris Martin 0 for 2 on the day. Runners at first taking a small lead. Moore looks over. And the first pitch into Martin is going to be called a strike outside low. Infield playing a double play depth, as all they have to do is get that force out at second to a ground ball to the second baseman or shortstop. Third baseman playing back as well. And the pitch, that's going to be a swing and a miss, an ugly swing and a miss at that from Martin as he swung way before that pitch came in the zone. Lynchburg trying to win this series today, but they're down 3 runs. And the pitch, that's going to be a check swing. Did he go? He did not, as it says he did not go as the third base umpire, as this bat will continue to stay alive. The Bridgewater catcher tried to sell it in Montgomery, but the third base umpire and the first base umpire looked over at each other and both agreed that he did not go. Runner is still at first, taking a small lead. And the 1-2 pitch, that's going to be called strike 3. And that's 1 man left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Bridgewater College leads this one 6-3 on Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network. That's okay. That's not a problem. We are back on the campus of Lynchburg College. My name is Robert Marcello. We're here on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network. First pitch into the 9th man in the order, Tanner Montgomery, is going to be a swing and a miss. Counts at 0-1. And the 0-1 count and the pitch. That ball's going to go behind the catcher. No one's on, though. Martin did not catch in game 1 is Holden Feldler caught in game 1. Tanner Montgomery, though, did, and that's going to be a ground ball, and he'll throw on to first to get things started in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Left fielder, number 1, Garrett Jackson.
Pond's still out on the mound, and he grounded out to the third baseman. His Albee score is a 5-3 putout. Top of the order back up for Bridgewater College. And Biesiger. He is 1 for 3 on the day. Lined out to the first baseman. Hit a ground ball to the shortstop and had a single in the 4th inning where they added a run. The 3rd and the 4th inning is where Bridgewater College had their runs support for their starter who was struggling early. He's settled down nicely the past 2 innings. 1-1 is the count. And the 1-1 pitch, that's going to be a ball. Bridgewater 9 outs away from tying this series up at 1-1. Count is at 2-1, and the pitch, that's going to be inside, almost hits the batter. This is the count will be at 3-1. 3-1 count, one out in the bottom of the sixth, and the pitch, that's going to be called a strike. And B. Singer thought that was going to be ball 4, and he's going to be able to take his base. Umpire said, no, no, no. Come back to the batter's box. Count's going to be at 3-2. 3-2 pitch. That's going to be sent foul. Pond thought he had B. Singer there trying to establish that inside part of the plate, but B. Singer fouls it off. Count's going to be full 3-2. And the pitch, ball 4. And B. Sicker quickly ran down to first, thinking that maybe he could get to second, but that's going to be a one-out double. Sorry, one-out walk.
First baseman, number 24.
Brett Tharp will be up. 2 for 3 on the day. His last time's up in the bottom of the third and the bottom of the fourth. He both had a base hit. And then in the bottom of the first, he flied out to right field. In game 2, Bridgewater is the home team. First pitch, throws back to first, not in time. Because there was no change of uniforms. But Bridgewater is 9 outs away from tying this series up at 2-2 and forcing a game tomorrow. 1 out and the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. Throws it on to second, on to first, not in time. But good job by Jackson. As he almost got his foot stepped on by Tharp. He quickly got his foot off the bag, knowing he wasn't going to be able to get it in time. And that'll be a fielder's choice. Jeffrey Snyder will be up. Collins with that play threw it on to Alvanos, who quickly tried to throw it over to Jackson, but it wasn't going to be in time with the speedster in Tharp. A pretty fast first baseman that is Tharp. As in game 1, he played right field. Two outs, runner at first. He throws back to first, not in time. Sliding in, though, was Stark. Two outs, runner at first, and the pitch. That ball is going to be sent foul. Tharp looking down at his play sheet on his belt buckle. And the next pitch of this at-bat is going to be a ground ball up the middle. And that runner from first is going to head all the way to third. And there'll be runners at the corners with 2 outs. As after getting a quick first out, he walked that batter, then got the fielder's choice. And now a base hit has Bridgewater in business, trying to widen their lead. Kevin DeVito will be up. He's 1 for 1 today. The last time he was up, he got hit by pitch, and the time before that, he walked. In the bottom of the second, though, he let things off with a base hit. First pitch of this at-bat's going to be outside, ball 1. It appears Pond's going to have the rest of this inning for himself, as 4 of the 6 runs that's came around to score today for Bridgewater are earned. Next pitch is going to be sent out, and that's going to score a run. It is now 7-3. And a base hit puts them up by 4. And time's going to be called, and the manager for Lynchburg is coming out. It appears he's going to take out his starter, and that's going to do it for his starter. We're going to allow the next guy to warm up. We'll be back here on Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Now pitching for the Hornets, a senior from Harrisonburg, Virginia, number 41, Adam Doppelmayr.
Easy, baby.
Welcome back to get things started. The new pitcher will be Adam Doppelmayr. Adam Doppelmayr, number 41. Runners at first and second. And the pitch to Hartman will be called a strike. Hartman 2 for 3 on the day, has that bases clearing double to tie things at 3. And then, of course, they've had 4 more runs onto that to now be up by 4. Oh, 1 is the count and the pitch from Doppelmayr. He is a left-hander. Call the ball, count's going to be even at, sorry, it's going to be called a strike, count at 0-2. Counts back even on 1-1. 1-1 count. And the 1-1 pitch. That ball's going to be in the dirt. Good stop. As it is now a 2-1 count. Runners at first and second. 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th. Doppelmayr trying to get out of this little jam that Pond created himself with. Counts at 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. That ball is going to be sent, and that's going to get down. But it's going to be caught to end the inning. And after 6, it is 7-3. As that was a liner out. My apologies, I didn't get to see that catch. After 6, Bridgewater College leads this one 7-3. To the top of the 7th we go. On Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network. Welcome back on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network. To get things started in the top of the 7th, it is 7-3. Ryan Long is going to get things started. He's 0 for 2 in the day. Hunter Moore still on the mound for Bridgewater College. And the pitch, that's going to be a line drive out into left field, but it's going to be foul. As we do have an explanation on what happened at the bottom of the second inning. There was a fielder's choice to second the shortstop. It was a base hit, but the guy didn't get over in time, and he threw onto the base for the third out of the inning. So that is how that will be scored. Count is at 2-1 to Long to get things started in the top of the 7th. And the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be called a ball. Moore has a 4-run lead now to work with. After letting up the first 3 runs of this game, counts to 3-1, and the pitch. It's going to be ball 4 and a leadoff walk. With Lynchburg down by 4, potentially could get something going. Let's see if it does. As Lynchburg is in danger of having to play that third game that they didn't want to. Time's going to be called. As we'll see if there's going to be a conversation or potentially a pitching change. As you can see on the screen here. And there will be a pitching change. We're going to allow that pitching change to happen and then warm up. We're going to be back. Welcome back. As the new pitcher for Bridgewater College will be number 14, Hunter Cleaver. Cameron Lane back up. Lane on the day is 0 for 2. And the first pitch of his appearance is going to be outside ball 1. Cleaver trying to shut things down as they are 9 outs away from forcing a Game 3 back here tomorrow afternoon. Counts at 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be high outside ball 1. The runner at first, and Ryan Long taking a small lead, counts at 2-0. Throws back to first, not in time. Approaching the 5:30 hour East Coast time. This game started around 3:30. 2-0 pitch is going to be sent high up in the air, but it's going to go foul. High above the third base dugout. Bridgewater College's dugouts is on the first base side where the fans congregate. A beautiful sunny day in Lynchburg, Virginia. Got into the mid-70s with the sun peeking out every so often. Counts at 2-0 and the pitch. And he's going to get hit by pitch. But it's going to be called a strike. That's very interesting. Time is going to be called as the manager for Lynchburg University is going to want to speak to the home plate umpire. Potentially going to be saying that he didn't move out of the way. We'll see what the call is. We'll wait. As it's going to stay, of course. It's very hard to convince umpires nowadays to change calls. Because normally they'll talk to their other partner, or the home plate umpire will just take it on himself and say, that's the rule. Sorry. Play will continue. It's now going to be a 2-2 count. 2-2 count. And the pitch. That's going to be fouled off behind home plate. Almost hitting the home plate umpire and the catcher. Both of them are right, though. Counts at 2-2. Runners at first. Nobody gone in the top of the 7th inning. Two-two pitch is in. That's going to be a swing and a miss foul. If that was any lower in the dirt, it would have been strike 3. Would have been 1 out. 2-2 is the count. That runner is at first. Nobody out in the top of the 7th inning. 7-3 is the score. Before that throws back to the base, he's going to be safe. Lynchburg, for the 4th time since 1981, where they started keeping stats for this league, had a 30-plus win season. Last time they did that, they won the league championship. Next pitch is going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. Throws it on to second, on to first, not in time. But a fielder's choice will get that go-ahead runner over at second out. And it appears it's going to be a double play. Let's see what the ruling on here is. Potentially could be some type of interference, and there are going to be 2 outs because there's nobody on base. As it is, it's just going to be a forced play. It appears that there's going to be one out, and that runner's going to be able to stay at first. There will only just be one out. As Lane hypoextended his knee as he stepped on the bag, it appears he's going to be all right, though. Just stretching it out. One out in the top of the 7th. That runner at first and Lane. They're giving him an awfully long time to make sure that he's all right. And it appears they're going to be all right, and their play will continue. Garrett Jackson will be up. He's the first baseman. One out in the top of the 7th. 7-3. Bridgewater College leads. They are 8 outs away from forcing a game 3. First pitch is going to be called a strike. Oh, 0-1 is the count. And the 0-1 pitch, that's going to be sent foul the other way, as he caught just the end of that pitch before it was coming into the zone. The final line on Moore today will be 5 2/3 innings. Oh no, wait one second. My apologies. He pitched 6 innings, allowed 3 runs, but none of them earned. He did walk 4 batters though, and had a couple of strikeouts. That next pitch is going to be a ball. One of those 4 walks was in this inning to get things started in the 7th inning. As Hunter Moore, after the first 2 innings, pitched very well. After the first 3 innings, my apologies. Is that first runner he allowed in long was out at second base on a fielder's choice. Some clouds starting to cover this field. 1-2 pitch is going to be sent out in the air, out into center field. The center fielder is going to have it. And Gobel, and it will be 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Kingston Carlson will be up. The center field today for Bridgewater College has made a couple of fantastic plays, including a colliding one with the right fielder. And I believe that was game 1. First pitch of this at-bat is going to be outside, ball 1. Bridgewater College trying to hold on to this lead and force a game 3 tomorrow afternoon here at Lynchburg University. As they're trying to make it all the way to the finals. As a 6th seed. Two outs, the count's at 1-1. Carlson's 0 for 2 on the day. Counts at 2-1. 2 outs, runner at second in the top of the 7th. Lynchburg down by 4. 2-1 count and the pitch. That ball is going to be sent up in the air. The center fielder tries to grab it. He's unable to do so. It's going to be a 2-out base hit. And Lynchburg is going to try to get a little 2-out rally going,
Left fielder, number 30.
as they want to end this series today. The catcher in Montgomery sending out signals to his infield. The shortstop playing towards the third base side. The second baseman on the other side of the second base bag. Throws it to first, not in time. They had a play on for that guy in second, in Lane, as there was a potential for him to go. A very interesting shift. As that first baseman is shaded over towards the second base side. That next pitch is going to be an inside pitch, almost hits Avery Neves, who's up to bat. Neves has had another impressive season. And the next pitch of this at-bat's going to be in. That's going to be sent down the right field line, and it is going to be fouled. You can see the dog in the stands looking for the ball. Avery Neves has 10 home runs, which is the second most in one season in program history. Let's see if he can make it 11. 1-1 count and the pitch. That's going to be a liner up to the shortstop. Shortstop slides it over to second for the third out of the inning. Bridgewater still up by 4 going to the bottom of the 7th. They are 6 outs away from setting this game to a game 3 on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
No runs, 1 hit, no eagle errors, and 2 runners left on base. Third baseman, number 25, Kyle Carlson.
Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. A new pitcher on the mound for the Lynchburg University Hornets. Kyle Carlson to lead things off. That's going to be called a strike. And the next pitch, that's going to be outside. Brandon Hotelin is on the mound. That'll be the day for Duffelmeyer. And the pitch, that's going to be sent foul. Carlson on the day, 0 for 3, as he didn't get into the offensive party that Bridgewater College was on in the middle innings. As they had 5 runs in the 3rd inning, run in the 4th inning, and then came back in the bottom of the 6th and added an insurance run to be up by 4 runs. As they're 6 outs away from forcing this game to a game 3. That next pitch is going to be a long drive out to left field, and that's going to be foul. If he kept that straight, they had a chance to leave the yard. Nobody out in the bottom of the 7th, and the pitch, that's going to be a ball way in the dirt. And it bounces in between Martin's legs as he tried to get up to stop it. And the next pitch of this at-bat's going to be in, and it's going to be sent foul. Count is at 1-2, 2-1, nobody gone, sorry, in the bottom of the 7th. 7-3, Bridgewater College leads this one. Counts at 1-2, nobody gone in the bottom of the 7th. And the 1-2 pitch is going to be in, and it's not going to be called a ball. Count's going to be even at 2-2. Counts at 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch is going to be a broken bat. It's going to be a ground ball. Throws it on to first, not in time. And a leadoff single. If that was a wooden bat, that bat would have broke. As it hit that bad part of the bat, but of course this is a metal bat league with being college.
Center fielder, number 19, Jacob Graybill.
And there'll be a runner on to get things started in the bottom of the 7th. Going to put a bunt down. And it's going to go past him. That runner is going to advance from first to second. You don't even have to put a bunt down. As that was Jacob Gable up at the plate. Carlson advances from first to second. Bridgewater already up by 4, trying to widen their lead as they are 6 outs away from forcing this to a game 3. An extra run would help them a long ways. First and third baseman playing in the grass. Going to put the bunt down. Puts it, but takes it back. It's going to be called a strike. One is the count. That runner is at second after a pass ball. He puts the bunt down. Takes it back, and it's going to be a ball. Count is going to be at 2-1, nobody gone in the bottom of the 7th. 7-3, Bridgewater College leads this one. That runner from second wearing a mitt to cover his hand when he slides. And the 2-1 pitch tries to put the bunt down, brings it back, and it's going to be 3-1. Catcher's going to come and talk to the pitcher just for a second. Because while they're able to do that, they quickly talk out of it, though, and they're going to come back. And the pitch, he's going to be able to get that bunt down, and it's going to go foul. Brennan Hotelin is on the mound for Lynchburg. Counts full, and the pitch, that's going to be sent high up into the air, and it's going to be foul. Myers line, he was able to pitch 0.1 of an inning. Didn't let up any runs. You know, 3-2 pitch, going to put that bunt down. He's able to do it. Pitcher off the mound, throws it on to first for that first out of the inning, but that runner from second's going to head to third. And that's the second sacrifice bunt we've seen so far this afternoon from either side. And now there'll be a runner at third with one out. Infield coming to play fully in as Isaiah Blanks is up. Isaiah Blanks trying to get this team up by 5. First pitch, it's going to be called a ball. Isaiah Blanks on the day is 0 for 3. As he struck out, grounded out to the shortstop, and then line went out to center field. 0-1 is the count and the pitch. That is going to be called a strike, a nasty pitch by the pitcher of Lynchburg University, wearing number 42. Of course, number 42, sported by Jackie Robinson. That next pitch is going to be a chopper to the shortstop. Looks over at the third baseman. That run's not going to come across. And a great job by the shortstop and long to make sure that didn't cost them a run. If he didn't look back, that runner probably would have gone home. We're still here in the bottom of the 7th. 7-3, Bridgewater College leads. And now Tanner Montgomery will be up. Here for who we saw in Game 1 will be out in right field. And the first pitch of this at-bat is going to be a swing and a miss. Now at 0-2, my apologies. Now it's going to be at 0-2. Runners at third. 2 gone in the bottom of the 7th. And the 0-2 pitch. That's not going to be called strike 3. That's a ball. Counts at 1-2. That looked really close to me. Home plate umpire, though, of course, has a much better reference than I do where that strike was. Counts at 1-2. And the pitch, that's going to be called a ball. Back-to-back pitches that looked like strike 3. And it's going to now be back at an even count, 2-2, after the pitcher was in a 0-2 count. Counts at 2-2. Runners at third. 7-3. Bridgewater College leads. And the 2-2 pitch is in. Ball 3. That ball's going to get past the catcher and Martin. He's able to grab it though. That runner from third is going to stay. Two and two is the count. Runner is at third. And the 3-2 pitch. It's going to be foul. As it bounced up the line and went foul and then trickled back in the field of play. Of course, that's because the baselines from home plate to first and home plate from third are grass. Count's going to be at full 3-2. Two gone in the bottom of the seventh. 3-2 pitch is in. That's going to be a ground ball foul. Montgomery got a good piece of that one, just trying to keep it fair. That's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. He has it. Throws it on to first. Going to miss it. That's going to score a run. Unable to pick it at first base was Jackson. It is now 8-3. And a new pitcher is going to come on for Lynchburg. It is now 8-3. We'll be back after the pitcher warms up. new pitcher has come on for Lynchburg University. We'll say his name after the first pitch of this at bat. And the first pitch is going to be in for a strike. Jarrett B. Seeker is up to bat. Pitching for Lynchburg will be Angel Collazo. Collazo, a left-hander. Left-on-left matchup. That next pitch is going to be outside for a ball. 2 outs in this bottom of the 7th inning. 8-3, Bridgewater College leads. And the pitch, that's going to be outside, ball 2. That runner still at first, taking a small lead, and the pitch. It's going to be sent high up in the air, but foul was B. Seeker. B. Seeker has 1 hit on the day. He's 1 for 3. Last time he was up, he walked. That was in the bottom of the 6th. Count's going to be a 2-1 to B. Seeker, and the pitch. That's going to be a chopper up the middle. Shortstop has it, throws it on to first. And he did not get him, as it will be safe. A good stop, though, by Jackson, though, and that will be a base hit, as the bottom of the 7th will continue. A lot of pitches.
First baseman, number 23.
A fun, interesting fact, all of the relievers that have came in today for Lynchburg, it all came in somewhat order. You had 32 in Pond, and then you started with 41, then 42. Now Collazo at 43. You rarely see that in the game of baseball, the way it lines up that way. Runners at first and second. 2 gone in the bottom of the 7th. Bridgewater College has a real opportunity to open this game up and calm down their bullpen, as they are up by 5, which is still a very good run support for your bullpen. But to open this game up would be a huge opportunity for them. They should be able to save some of their closers and late relief help for Game 3 tomorrow afternoon, which will be the deciding game of the series, if Bridgewater College is able to hold on. Lynchburg, though, desperately needs to get out of this one, because they were up 3-0 early in this one, and ever since that, it's been all Bridgewater College. And the next pitch, that's going to be called a ball. Brett Tharp is up. He's 2 for 4 on the day. He had back-to-back base hits in the bottom of the 3rd and the bottom of the 4th. In the bottom of the 1st, he lined out to right field and had a fielder's choice in the 6th. Counts at 1-2, runners at first and second. And the 1-2 pitch, that's going to be strike 3 called, and he'll leave 2-man stranded on base after 7. Bridgewater College is up 8-3 to the top of the 8th we go on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
For the Eagles in the bottom of the 7th. 1 run on 1 hit, 2 Hornet errors, and 2 runners left on base. At the end of 7 innings of play, Bridgewater leads 8-3.
Welcome back. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Bridgewater College 6 outs away from forcing this game into a game 3 tomorrow afternoon here at Lynchburg University. Avery Combs to lead things off. Cleaver still on the mound. First pitch, and he's going to get hit by pitch. And that's how things will get started in the top of the 8th inning. There'll be one man on. And now Gavin Collins will be up.
Third baseman.
Everybody out in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch is going to be in a strike right down the heart of the plate. Collins didn't swing, though. The next pitch is going to be sent out into left field. The left fielder is going to be able to get under it. A good job by Beat Seeker. Is out in left field. The shade's starting to come in from the trees and make it a little bit more difficult to catch the ball. And that will be the first out of the top of the 8th inning.
Second baseman, number 18, PJ Albanos.
A runner from first, and Combs taking a small lead, throws back to first, way not in time. The Starp will throw it back to his pitcher and Cleaver. Cleaver came in with nobody out in the 7th inning. He's going to throw back to first again, not in time. His PJ Alvanos is up. Runner's going to be at first. Nobody gone on the top of the 8th inning. He's going to go. He would have been safe if he didn't swing. So he'll have to go back to first. One out in the top of the 8th, as I mentioned. 6:06 p.m. Eastern Time. As this game's almost 3 hours old. Usually takes around 3 hours to play a baseball game. So we're pretty much on schedule. As Bridgewater's trying to get these last 5 outs. And the pitch. That's going to be called a strike on the outside part of the plate. Counts at 0-2. Runners at first, one gone in the top of the 8th inning. 0-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball, and it's going to get past the second baseman. 2 runners will be on. As Lynchburg's trying to fight themselves out of this 5-run deficit. That's a good start here at Fox Field.
Hitting for the Hornets. Number 2, Jackson Harding.
Chris Martin is now going to be up. As both the runners at first and second will take their leads. Jackson Harding is going to be up. He's pinch hitting for Martin. Harding will be a pinch hitter as he's pinch hitting for Martin. And the next pitch is going to be a liner out into center field. He's able to catch it for the second out of the inning. Is Greibel, and he quickly gets it in. Is Harding with a good piece on it, just unable to get into the outfield far enough, as the center fielder was playing somewhat in.
Shortstop, number 4.
As Ryan Long will be up to bat. Long on the day is 0 for 2, as he walked the last time he was up in the top of the 7th. Bridgewater College now 4 outs away from taking this game to a game 3. Runners at first and second. And the pitch. It's going to be outside. If Lynchburg wants to make a comeback, it starts right here. It's going to be real hard to score 5 runs to tie it in the 9th and 6 to take the lead. So you might as well want to chip away at this now. As after the 3rd inning, they have not really had a lot of chances, and this is their big opportunity right here. And the pitch from Cleaver. That ball is going to be sent out into left field. It's going to be backtracking towards the wall. Back at the wall. Is it gone, or did he catch it? He caught it. What a catch by the left fielder. And B. Seeker to get them out of the inning. 2 men left on base. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Bridgewater College leads this one 8-3 on Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
For the Hornets in the top of the 8th, no runs, 1 hit, no Bridgewater errors, and 2 runners left on base. Shortstop, number 7, Jeffrey Snyder.
We are back to get things started in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jeffrey Snyder, the lefty for Lynchburg, still on the mound. Bridgewater hopes that this is the last time they'll be up for today. The first pitch is going to be in for a strike, as they want to mow things down in the 9th inning. Lynchburg down by 5. Hopefully they can keep it at that going into the 9th inning. This has been an exciting game, too. That first pitch is going to be a bunt. And it's going to be a strike, and it's going to be an out. And that'll be the first out in the bottom of the 8th. As it did hit the batter. And that'll be the first out. It was a good start for Galazzo. As the third base coach is complaining. As the umpires will converge, and we'll see what happens here. As they'll talk about what just happened here. He put the bunt down, and as he was running, it hit him. So therefore, he is out. I'm not really sure what the confusion is, though. We'll find out, though. As of right now, it's an out in the bottom of the 8th. Lynchburg down 8-3. He's still going to be out. Being up 8-3, the third base coach for Bridgewater College is pretty animated about why he doesn't like the call. And they're going to replace the pitcher on the mound for Lynchburg University. We're going to allow him to warm up. We'll be back. We are back to get things started in the bottom of the 8th inning. A new pitcher coming on with 1 out will be Kendrick Creasy, number 31. Back up to bat will be Kevin Nevado. Nevado won the day 2 for 2, as the other times he was up, he got hit by a pitch and then walked. So pretty good day for him, as he has 1 RBI. First baseman in Jackson appears having some type of sickness. As he's cramping up, as the hot weather is starting to be all over the northeast part of the country into the south where the game is currently being played in Virginia. You'll see temperatures getting into the 80s and 90s as we move along in the month of May into the early part of